What's up everyone and welcome back to another Path of Exile 2 video. So today we're going to do some crafting, and for that purpose I'm going to buy quite a lot of Orb of Annulments, and I'm also going to buy quite an amount of Fracture Orbs. So this is less deterministic than I would usually craft. Usually I'd buy items off of the trade side, but since it's late into the league and we all have a lot of currency, I'm just going to do it like this, and I'm going to see if there's anything valuable. So we're looking out for these modifiers, so basically attack modifiers, critical damage bonus, the increased effect of certain items which we already have, and also code resistance. And as you can see, we are not being so lucky as we're not getting the highest rolls. But we already got one tier 1 attack modifier, so in addition to the tier 4 modifier, there's already 2 attack modifiers. Ooh, lightning damage, but too low of a roll. Oh, tier 2 lightning, but max energy shield. Tier 1 lightning and critical damage bonus. Jesus Christ. This is driving me nuts. No, why did we roll max life? Choo. 45 lightning. Jesus Christ, what are these rolls? 3 tier 1s and 2 of the tier 1s that we have we don't need. Or we don't want. This is so sad. I might just put this up for sale as well. Right? Maybe it has some value to someone. If it doesn't matter. Because we'll be using it then later. This one is always a huge gamble if I do it like this, because now I have to slam and put an essence on it. Like this. Oops. Huh? Why is it not working? Like this. So it has the increased effect of socketed items. And then an exalted. And you see this one rolled very low life. But this one doesn't have a tier. So if I now fracture it and it rolls the max life, I cannot get it off. Because even with omens, this one is going to go first no matter what I do. So this one has to... Yes, it actually hit. Okay, so this is great. This constellation is actually great because this means I can use omens on it. And the Omen of Whittling especially. And now we just need the tier 1 that we're looking for, which is any of the damages and none of the other stuff. And we got the evasion instantly. So I don't know, it can be so unlucky, but that's just what it is, I guess. So before I ruin this item, I might as well try to put some exalts on it. Maybe there's going to be something good. And it is tier 3 lightning res and tier 7 mana. Yeah, so this doesn't leave any room for improvement. So the only way to get this back to how it was is to try and get the evasion rating off of it. And it actually did. Okay, so this is great because now we can continue on. First off, put another exalt on it. It rolled evasion again. But it is luckily tier 7, so nothing to worry about. And now just try and... yeah, the max mana and also the evasion, both of that needs to be an attack of some sorts. Especially if it is tier 1, that would be very useful. But you can see it rolled evasion again, which sucks a ton. So we need to do the same again. And, you know, the likelihood of this is basically 1 in 3 that it disappears, and it disappeared. But it actually disappeared the wrong evasion, so we need to do it again. And if you're curious why we're using this omen, it is because otherwise we have a chance of removing the suffixes, which are quite good here. So we have critical damage bonus. I'll take the lightning res even if it stays like that. So we just hope that it removes either the yeah, it can only remove the evasion or the lightning. And the lightning is gone. Yeah, so this is how you ruin an item, basically. So on this one we actually got 3 attack modifiers. $41 cold. These could be good. Okay, attack, mana, max life. This is difficult because we're originally looking for critical damage bonus. So I think for now I'm going to try and sell these. Oh, 15 attack speed, also very good roll. Cold damage, attribute. Okay, these look fairly alright, but they're not really that good. So I'm going to try and move and add, move and add, and hopefully another tier 1 is going to roll. Yes, and it is dexterity, so we have all of the suffixes, basically very high rolls, so this can also, I can try to sell this as well. Oh, 44 cold. Mana, lightning, leech. Just a change of locations. Maybe it helps. I don't know. I mean, mana and energy shield. Ah, this is not tier 1? What? This is not tier 1? I don't get it. Yeah, maybe this is useful for somebody else as well. 34 dex. Anna. Any other tier 1s? Nope. And it rolled right off. Nice. This is not tier 1. Tier 1 rarity again. Tier 1 life. Enemy hit. Okay, we can. Yeah. This could be useful to someone else as well. Rarity, a bit of cold, a lot of energy shield, but split between multiple modifiers, so this could be whittling potential for somebody. So, of course, if these don't sell in soon, I'm going to reduce the price to 25, and after that I'm just going to keep on doing the same that I'm doing at the moment. So all of the crafting is finally done. We spent about 3 hours for the whole process, and now the result is kind of disappointing, but we got a few good starts and we also learned some new things. So the first lesson from this video that you will also need to know is that it is exponentially harder when you need to fracture this effect of socketed items. Because as you saw in the middle of the video, we had some magic items that we wanted to use, but we couldn't because they fractured the wrong modifier. That is not possible if you have 4 or at least 2-3 modifiers usually that you'd like to fracture. So we had to throw away a lot of very good gloves that had 3 to 4 tier 1 modifiers that we wanted, just simply because the fracture hit wrong and then we couldn't use them anymore. So if you're trying to achieve anything with this effect, it is going to be very hard. But we still got some results, though not nearly enough to make up for how many divines we spent. So we spent about 1,500 divines for the whole process. And I know that sounds kind of like a lot, but we also did a lot of crafting and a lot of experimenting. So next time I expect that it is possible to minimize the cost for one glove that we want. I did some calculation, and based on these results that we got, that we'll go over in a second, we'll need 600 divines to achieve these gloves realistically. But I want to make a separate video on that because it is not very advantageous for me personally as well to use so many divines at once, because a lot of divines are tied up in alpha trades and I don't want to lose all of them. Especially because, you know, we have the fund in the background, and those are of course separate divines from my own divines, and so not all divines that you can see right here are actually mine or mine to use. So those are actually your divines if you're part of the POE Economics Fund. If you don't know what that is, watch a few of the recent videos and you'll know. But yeah, let's go over the results. So firstly, we got these gloves. These gloves are kind of awful. These are just like a leftover result that we would still annul and then Exalt Slam again and see what we get. So these are just gloves to craft further because they have this effect of socketed items. These gloves over here, they are quite interesting because they actually have 3 tier 1 mods, but sadly 2 of them are not desired by us. So this could still net some very good results, of course with more divine spent, especially if you can keep these mods, because let's say for example you're interested in some energy shield on your gloves, this plus 60 is going to be huge. As well as, of course, we have a bit of physical intelligence, and this can just be whittled. These are also quite interesting because basically all of the important suffix modifiers that most people want are here, which is fire and cold resistance. Lightning resistance would obviously also be interesting, but that is not possible if you're trying to get 3 attack modifiers. So on these, you could, for example, just get more and more of these modifiers out of the way, and maybe use whittling, maybe use some sinistral annulment or sinistral erasure, get the prefix modifiers out of here, or reroll them, and then continue on with these resistances. So usually these wouldn't be worth a lot, but in the context of this being fractured, they are worth quite a bit. So 50 divines is a fair price, and I think this will definitely sell, even though on the first glance it doesn't seem like it. So these gloves are also interesting, but just because of one reason, and that is because of the attack speed. If you don't know, a lot of builds desire either attack speed or plus level 2 melee skills. With my build, I do not desire that because I simply get more out of the increased effect, increased critical damage bonus, and so this is not something I'm looking for, though it also rolled with very nice dexterity, and the rest is useless. So these gloves are also interesting. We got some evasion, energy shield, maximum mana, and some other modifiers. Basically also pretty useless. This can normally go here. This is not really salvageable, just has nice mana and an evasion and energy shield, but that is practically the most unimportant mods ever besides the reduced attribute requirements. So these are also very interesting because these have percentage increased energy shield, basically the highest that you can get, and they also have increased rarity. So rarity is obviously also a very big topic for a lot of players, so a lot of people are trying to get a lot of rarity on their gloves as well, especially in builds like this where you use a lot of uniques and you don't have many rares where you can put rarity on. So this is kind of a good roll, especially with a maxed out roll basically, but the rest is obviously very bad, and overall this result is very, very sad. As you saw, we had very, very good gloves momentarily, gloves that would have likely outperformed these if we just didn't search for the last few improvements. But yeah, that's just what it is, and we learned what we learned. Try and not overestimate what you can achieve with the divines that you got. We were trying to achieve a mirror tier glove. Of course, this is the end of the league, so who cares, right? It's just standard divines. We have tens of thousands of those, so who cares about that? We don't need them. So we're just spending these for fun, right? I'm just spending these for fun to maybe get some cool gloves that I can mirror and standard give to other people or whatever. And it didn't work out, so what can you do? Shit happens. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. I'm out.